Previously on Talk That Talk. In the wrong place. And it's not necessarily just for a band standpoint, because it can even go back to what I was saying about dance a long time ago, a couple of episodes ago. Well, it was a lot of episodes ago. When I was talking about why are we only hitting the jazz, or not the jazz daddy, but the heels daddies right after we get out of school. So that's the question on the floor. Are our priorities in the wrong place? Maya.
I don't know. I like to. What do you mean by that? Like, can we take it a step deeper? Because my initial thought is it's off of influence, and we like to do things that we see those around us are doing, or what's getting the praise. And typically, the blacks are not in the arts in itself. So, as kids, and especially men, what if you're black, what you probably need to be playing sports. You're supposed to be playing basketball, football, whatever the case may be. And a lot of those things aren't necessarily pushed or motivated by our parents and by our community. So I think that if I'm thinking about it the right way, that has something to do with it. My perspective is a little bit swayed because every band program that I've been in has been black. But I don't even know what the demographics in terms of our schools or our communities look like. I don't have enough knowledge in that area to be able to speak from that standpoint, but I'm assuming that it starts with the likelihood of being able to feel motivated or feel as if that is the arts is something that kids are wanting to do or can do. It's an option for them, or something that is. I mean, we put a basketball in kids' hands before we put a flute or a clarinet or whatever the case may be. So maybe that has something to do with it. But is that our priorities in the right or wrong place? I'm not sure if that's the follow-up question or not. And I'm sure as we continue to talk about it, it'll, the question will expand itself. But that's my train of thought at this point in time.
All right. Lemanuel, are our
All right.
priorities in the wrong place?
I believe it goes from campus to campus. Just I'll take my situation for example. For the first time in 15 years, I've had students make the all city band, but I've had 10 band, at least close to 10 band directors before me, and I can tell you that some of those marching bands were way better than what we're producing currently. Solo and ensemble. Students have qualified for state contests for the first time in 10, 15 years. So where are we talking about? Because the marching band is the face of what people think band is over here in this area. If you're not breaking it down on Martin Luther King Avenue down on the parade, there is ain't nobody trying to hear what you have to offer for that program. So I believe it just depends on the band program or that director, what his priority is. I hadn't had a jazz band here just because I'm dealing with beginners. I would rather deal with teaching these kids the fundamentals of how to read, how to play, because 50% of my band just started in September. So my priorities may look a little bit different because what I have to work with in order to be successful.
Quan, are our priorities in the wrong place?
So so for me, like we was just saying, I think this is something that's somewhat subjective, pending the area that you teach or reside in. So let me say that. I think and I'm not gonna, be immature and say in all urban areas either. Because like one thing that I've learned is through the conversations is I'm kind of gonna be like Rick. there are some great bands out there, so their priorities are in the right place. But I must say that from my experience and what I've seen, our priorities are wrong from the elementary perspective because we're not introducing students to music in an adequate program early enough. And what I mean by that is, when was the last time you saw an astounding ORF program? When was the last time that you saw an astounding recorder ensemble? When was the last time for that intermediate age group from like fourth and fifth grade, fifth and sixth, when that fifth grade sector, when it was like, okay, you guys, we have this ORF program. We're teaching the Kadai method, and at sixth grade, you have the option of joining choir, joining band, dance, so forth and so on. When was the last time that we actually saw that?